Welcome to Movie Ruiners, a podcast about movies with brothers Nick and Reed Canada. We're here today with one of my buddies, Huntsville comedian Scott Eason, the man, the myth, the legend. How you doing?
I'm good, man. How about you?
I'm good.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate it.
No, it's good. Yeah. It's good to finally. You were supposed to do this a while ago. I'm glad we finally got it worked out.
It's been a little while, and I've heard so many good things. I'm glad we could finally make it work. I'm excited to be here. So yeah.
He said he wouldn't come on unless we did video. So
yeah, you're our first video. Well, so we recorded it with Mark Norman just because we were like, this is just for us.
Sure. But
then we put it out, and then Mark Norman put it out. And so it got a ton of views.
Yeah.
And people were very critical of our setup and recording.
Isn't that just the way, though? They're like, yeah, nice podcast, queers. Like, whoa, why'd you bring my sexuality into this?
No, they're pretty nice. There were only like 5 people that called us a queer.
Yeah, right? Yeah, well, that's the YouTube way, right? That's the meanest thing possible is what they're going to say. They're like, oh, look at that man with his extra wide face.
Yeah, I seemed to take the brunt of it, to be honest with you.
Well, we actually didn't have our faces in the shot, so it was a lot less. People were like, "Why are they doing that?" And it's because like I was already shitting my pants. So I was talking to Martin Norman. Like I didn't want everyone to see me just like,
yeah. Oh god.
Wow, really?
So wait,
really,
you could see him, but you couldn't see
the only
you
time you even see me, I'm handing him a gift, and they were like, oh, what's this dude wearing sandals and shorts? Were they filming this at the beach? I was just like, all right, damn. I'm glad I wasn't on camera.
You got to disable comments, man. You got to disable comments.
Yeah, they're not healthy.
No, they are definitely not. But yeah, I'm hello people out there in social media land. I'm hoping, you know what, I'm feeling fat. I'm feeling very self-conscious right now.
Well, you blend in with the couch, so I think
perfect.
You're fine.
I'm glad. That'll hide that extra 5 pounds I gained.
Yeah, they'll never be able to tell. This equipment's not that good.
Oh,
Reed, you want to get us started?
Yeah.
Start us off.
Oh.
Let you explain what this is.
Nice. Oh, this is a Duff a l'orange sparkling beverage. This is actually, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and drink this right now. So.
Test it out. I don't know. We'll see.
Hold on, is this like a jar of peanuts?
It's a real drink, I think, but I can't imagine.
I thought you were about to hand it to me. You're like, no.
It could be
this
like
is from
12 years old.
2002. Hold on, let's check. Oh no date. Yeah. Okay, that's a bad idea.
It might.
This is just a keepsake.
A shelfer.
Yeah, man. A Duff a l'orange sparkling bev.
I just saw a photo. You were like with Duff Man or something.
Oh yeah, man. I went to took the fam to Universal, and have you been to Universal?
Oh yeah.
Have you ridden the Simpsons ride?
I did actually.
I haven't.
So it's absolutely fantastic. But
it's a simulator, right?
It is. So it's one of the 3D rides, but it's a really good one. And basically, it's of course it goes through all the stages of the Simpsons and everything. But basically, Maggie gets blown up into like a King Kong size. That's right. You know, and it's just a really good ride. But my son specifically was like obsessed with Duff Man, so we took a lot of pictures. And of course, like my wife and I drank several alcoholic
Duff beers.
You gotta have Duff beers, but it's and then capped it all off with you get the donut. You know, you get the Simpsons donut. You know, basically the pink with sprinkles. You know, and it's like they do one that's like the size of a fucking tire, man. It's like ridiculous. So it's like, you know, you cap it all off with that. So yeah, man. You know what? The Simpsons. I love the Simpsons. I remember being a kid because I'm an old fucking man. When the Simpsons first premiered on the Tracy Ullman show, I actually remember watching that as a kid.
No way.
Because I loved the Tracy Ullman show because it was like, do you know who Tracy Ullman is?
Not even.
So Tracy Ullman's a British.
I know the history.
She's a British comedian that had a sketch show on Fox. That was very funny. And it was like, if you go back and watch it, actually, it's really good. Like, she's very talented. She played most of the characters and everything like that. So it was like one of those one-woman kind of sketch shows, you know, with supporting characters and everything. And they would just have these little snippets throughout episodes of strange animation, you know, and The Simpsons was one of them, and it kind of caught on. And if you go back and watch it, it's like the original. It's very crudely drawn.
The first two seasons are like
very well, even more crude than like the actual, like when the Simpsons became a show. It was like on the Tracy Ullman show. It was like looked like a teenager drew it in a notebook. You know, it was like very, very early stages, and then they kind of tidied it up when they went to production in Fox. And then over the years, of course, with technology and everything else, it just got to the point where you see it today. But yeah, I still remember watching the first ever thing of The Simpsons on the Tracy Ullman show. So, and now it's just gotten to the point where I make sure I watch the Treehouse of Horrors every year because I love that. But it's also, that show has been on so long, the thought of watching it all is very daunting.
It's turned into like SNL.
It's too much.
How many
seasons
are there?
It's like 30 something.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
I mean, it's the longest running show on television, longest running scripted show on TV. Yeah, so scripted sitcom or whatever. It's the longest running. So I don't know. I'm sure people out there will correct me, but 32, 33 seasons, something.
So you're close enough.
Like that. It's definitely over 30.
Do you watch any of the other like Matt Groening shows that have spawned off over the years?
I watched. What was it? Is it Disenchanted?
Yeah.
I watched some of that, and of course, like
Futurama.
some of Futurama. That's the whole thing. I am a completionist on some things, but not those shows because I think actually there's typically not like an arc when it comes to those shows. They're very like Futurama and The Simpsons were just bite-sized episodes. Very rarely, like it's full
Serialized.
it's full of callbacks, but each episode kind of stands on its own. Which I like shows that you can just jump in at any time, watch an episode, and it's self-contained. You're like, oh, that was cool, because you don't need to know anything. Because today, even though I really enjoy it, it's like TV and everything, it's so caught up on like world building and it's got to have the lore behind it and this and the, setting everything up, which is great because it's like the ultimate payoffs for fans. But at the same time, it's just nice to have just a fucking 30-minute or 40-minute with commercial story. That's why I've always been a sucker for Law and Order. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like OG Law and Order. Fuck SVU. I hate that shit.
You get a story and you get a conclusion.
You do in every episode, no matter what. It's like it's not, they barely ever.
They don't reinvent the wheel.
In like 25 seasons.
Glad that rape case was settled.
Yeah, right. That's SVU. We don't deal with that shit in Law and Order. All right, it's murder only in Law and Order.
Wait, wasn't that the one that had Sam? What's his name? Sam. He was in Newsroom. Oh, he's great. Shit, I know.
Wait, yeah, Sam Waterston.
Sam Waterston.
Of course. He's McCoy.
Okay. That was that's the original. I always forget. There's so many of them.
He came on because Michael Moriarty was an actor named Michael Moriarty was the first assistant DA on Law and Order, because like when it first started, it was fucking, Paul Sorvino was one of the detectives. And you had Michael Moriarty as the assistant DA and everything like that. And, of course, Law & Order was popular. But then then Sam Waterston came on as McCoy, Jack McCoy.
Of course.
And then you had Jesse Green and Jerry Orbach. Which, I mean, Jerry Orbach was fucking as Lenny Briscoe, which is just such a fantastic name. For a fucking detective.
Lenny Briscoe?
But, yeah. But, I mean, you're literally, it's so good because Jerry, rest in peace, Jerry Orbach. I fucking love Jerry Orbach. Was such a great part of that show. And I mean, everybody's like, Jerry Orbach. And I'm like, you've ever seen Dirty Dancing? Nobody puts baby in the corner. That's Jerry Orbach.
Nice. Okay. I was about that. I was like,
he played Jennifer Grey's dad in Dirty Dancing, but he's also like in so many other things. He was a really famous actor. He's also a big stage actor before that. I know too much about Law and Order. Yeah. I obviously know too much, but it's such a good fucking show. And I was actually very excited when they brought it back, but fuck SVU. I hate that show. It's so terrible.
So moving along.
What do we got?
Got you a shirt here.
Ooh, let's see.
I know you got the Beastie Boys.
Oh man, that is fucking awesome. I will actually probably wear this tomorrow.
Perfect. Well,
to our show, man. So weirdly enough, I'm in a band. I was recently corrected because I would typically say we're a Beastie Boys tribute band, but other people in the band with me were like, we're not a tribute band, we're a Beastie Boys cover band. And I'm like, well, what's the difference? And they're like, as a tribute band, it's like you dress like them, you follow their mannerisms, like you do all that stuff, which we don't.
Saving Silverman.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. So, or like when you see a Kiss tribute band that's in full makeup and everything, like that's tribute because they're, you got the guy with the long tongue and he's spitting blood and everything, like, because they're sticking to the script. It's more like we just really appreciate the Beastie Boys music and we play it, but we kind of put our own spin on it because we have to.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like the Beastie Boys they played instruments, they did everything, but they went through phases of their career when they used like straight DJs and loops and effects, and everything. So it's like we try to do everything live. We just don't press play on anything, which I think is why people really buy into it. But so we're called the Beastie Goys, and if you don't know what a goy is a non-Jewish person. That's what Jewish people call non-Jews, is goys.
Oh, cool.
And the Beastie Boys, all 3 of them were Jewish, and there are 7 of us in the Beastie Boys, and none of us are Jewish. So hence the Beastie Goys, and it just stuck, just because it's just such a silly name, but it just kind of rolls off the tongue.
Well, I read an article that was like called y'all one of the best cover bands in like Huntsville. It might have been.
Actually, it said Alabama.
I read it said tribute band.
It probably did, because I probably said that, and then I was very rudely corrected by my bandmates. But yeah, man, we're pretty fucking good. I will say we're pretty fucking good. We're a 7-piece, so it's actually, we have a drummer, a percussionist, guitar player, bass player. We have a DJ. We have the MCs, and we do everything live.
Like I said, we don't. Mike.
Yeah, we do. So I mean, we do everything live.
Do you do like the guys like pick a member? Like, this is my guy. Like, I'm gonna do these songs.
That's a very popular question that people ask, and the answer is no. We each kind of pick it up. So in a song, I might be Ad Rock, but then the next song I could be Mike D, and then the next song I could be MCA. It's really just kind of, as we worked it out, it was like, I really want this part, or I like this part, or you know what, you seem better suited to this, or whatever else. But also our DJ is one of the MCs as well, so sometimes we have to figure out how can he scratch while rapping, and then we figured out, well, he can't. So then it was like, if it was something like, then we had to figure out how to switch verses and everything to accommodate like the way. So it's actually a lot of fucking work.
I'm sure.
It's not just, I mean, I've done musical things before, but this is the first time I've been in a band, especially with this many people. So I mean, there's 7 of us. So as a comedian for over 10 years, that is like a solo act, because I mean, that's what we fucking do. It's just us. I don't have to depend on anybody else. I write my material, I perform my material, the whole thing. Now there's 6 other people, and we all depend on each other. And if one fails, we all fail, that kind of thing. So it's like working your way into that thought process when you're just been a single performer for so long was a little bit of an adjustment, but it's actually been extremely rewarding. I mean, it's so much fun. It's great. And it's like, we started playing, and we, before the pandemic, and it was just started off as like, this would be really cool. And then we played a couple of like parties. A friend would be like, hey, we're going to have a party. Why don't you guys play? And we'd be like, sure. And then people were losing their shit, and we were like, wow, people really seem to like this. And then we played we threw some connections, played a couple gigs, and it was like 200 and 300 people were showing up, and we were like, oh shit. And like, everybody was like, this is amazing. And then we played a gig, and it was like 400 or 500 people showed up, and a booking agent approached us. We were like, we want to take you on as a client. We were like, sure. So we put together an EPK, electronic press kit, for those that don't know what that means. And started booking private parties and corporate gigs and stuff like that. And now we've got people that want to book us across the country. Like, it's kind of like taken on a whole life of its own.
That's
which
awesome.
I never expected that to happen, but I was talking to somebody, and they made me realize, like, people appreciate the Beastie Boys, of course.
Yeah, you can't get it live either.
That's exactly that. So MCA's dead.
Thanks
right?
for bringing that up.
Right. So MCA, rest in peace, Adam Yauch, is dead.
Yeah.
And the other 2, Mike D and Adam Horowitz, have basically said, we're never playing again.
I went to a Beastie Boys live show, and he did like half of a verse, just like came out like, what up? And it was like, it's the closest I'm probably going to get to the Beastie Boys.
So they were like, they're not going to perform without him. Like, it's really cool that they did the live shows, the speaking events and stuff like that, but it's like, they're not performing without him. And it's like, a lot of people were like, I never got to see him.
Yeah. I wish they'd just bring in a lot of different rappers.
Yeah. You think they would do that, but I think it's just like,
I guess
they just feel it. The magic's not there without him.
MCA is the heart and soul of that band. Who's your favorite member?
Oh man, MCA.
MCA.
It's probably MCA.
Same.
I like them all. I mean, I really do like them all, but probably my favorite verses, like best lines, are always MCA, in my personal opinion. I love that dude.
Mike D's got some great lines too.
They all do. Like, it broke my heart when he died. It really did. I mean, because the Beastie Boys were huge for me growing up, because I grew up in that era. Like, Licensed Ill came out when I was 8 years old, and like I remember I got in deep shit with my parents just because I had the tape. Like, a buddy of mine gave me the tape, and it was, parental advisory, the whole thing. I was 8 years old and just got in deep shit for having this Licensed Ill tape, which just made it that much cooler.
Of course.
And then in '89, Paul's Boutique came out. And, I mean, at that point, I'm 11. And that it just blew my fucking brain. I mean, it was literally like nothing else at the time. Like,
There's still nothing else.
Paul's Boutique, if you really go back, like, it's really musically... Like, it's history. Like,
it's so layered.
Such a wild album. That is literally the basis for what we know as sampling today. It was still one of the most heavily sampled albums. It was the Dust Brothers who produced it. And they took all their money that they'd made from Licensed Ill. They rented a mansion in the Hollywood Hills. And they went out they set up to record this album, and they just found a bunch of old like clothes from the 60s and 70s. And that's why when you watch those videos, it's literally them. They directed and shot their own videos wearing all these fucking crazy clothes they found in the attic of this mansion.
Oh yeah, it belonged to the owners.
Yeah. So it's like, and they were just, I mean, it was literally just kids that had success that were like, fuck yeah, we can do whatever we want. And the album flopped. People hated it. Like, now it's a classic, but when it came out, people were like, what the fuck is this? Because they were expecting more of that frat rock that they did on Licensed Ill, which they hated because they got caught in that trap of fight for your right and all that bullshit. And then Paul's Boutique came out and just fucking was so good, but not appreciated in its time. But literally, that is the reason now why samples and shit have to get cleared, because of the fucking Beastie Boys. Like,
them and De La Soul.
Yeah, dude, changed the game. And then the Paul's Boutique at the time flopped, and they kind of Ad Rock, Adam Horowitz tried to become an actor. Was in some shitty movies.
Yeah. He might. I think he was in a Law and Order episode or something like that.
Yeah, I think he was like.
I read the Beastie Boys book,
Yeah. And they were like, what do we do? And they got back together, and they were just like, fuck it, man. We're just let's go back to our roots, because they started as a punk band, and then they made Check Your Head.
Mm-hmm. And what's your favorite album?
Ill Communication.
Okay.
I mean, front to back. You know what? It's kind of a tie between Paul's Boutique and Ill Communication, but I'd probably say, if I was going to put on one album for somebody, it'd probably be Ill Communication, because Ill Communication is such a good mix of like hip hop, rock.
No, I agree.
Well, they got the instrumentals, they got the hip hop, and they were like super into voice effects and shit like that on Ill Communication. It's so good. But I mean, their catalog ranges from punk to like fucking surf rock to rap to I mean, all kinds of shit. It's crazy. And that last couple albums was just straight hip hop, just beats and rapping, which is great. Like To the Five Boroughs and Hot Sauce Committee Part 2.
I came on late, so I was listening to those albums, and then I went back, listened to Paul's Boutique, and was like, I wasn't ready for that one at the time.
So
I was like, this is so different. I didn't like it, even because it wasn't as rap, or maybe it was, but it was just so different. More jazzy.
It's very different.
But then I went back later in life. Now, like, my favorite album.
Well, it's like people think the Beastie Boys are one thing if they're not big fans, but it's like the In Sounds from Way Out.
Oh yeah, listen to one album, you'll be like, oh, they have some of the best instrumentals.
Yeah, they're great. And it's like
Keep Things Along.
Yeah.
Here's another. I know you love sneakers. I figured I couldn't find you any sneakers you didn't have. So
that would be tough. You know what? I do not have these though.
Yeah.
I can tell you, these I will not wear to the show, but I will wear them at home afterwards when my feet are tired.
Yeah, those are
these
the Air
great.
Slips.
These are Air Jordan 1s. Yeah. These are these aren't physically.
Yeah, those are the prototype.
These are slippers that look like Air Jordan 1s.
Could you imagine if Phil Knight went to Michael Jordan with those?
Yeah, dude,
you're gonna be a star.
You're gonna be a star, son.
Yeah. I love them.
What's your favorite sneakers? What are your go-tos?
Or
most coveted pairs?
Dude, those look like the Philadelphia Phillies uniforms.
They are. These are the Philadelphia Philly Dunks.
Okay.
So you can actually see there's a cheesesteak.
Oh, that's awesome.
In the tongue. Man, honestly, I'm all over the place, but if I would have to say, if I had to pick two silhouettes of shoes for the rest of my life, it'd be Jordan 1s and Jordan 4s are my two absolute favorites. Jordan 1 is my favorite shoe of all time, probably. And I think I probably got like 70 pair of Jordan 1s or something like that. Probably 70 pairs, which is insane when you really think about it, because I have 70 pairs of the same shoe. They're just in 70 different colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. But part of the reason I love shoes, I just love all that shit, is sorry, Duff.
It's really gonna taste bad.
Right. They just have stories, man. Like, shoes are really a great medium for storytelling. Like, people just think, I know it's easy to think of a shoe. It's like, it's a fucking shoe, man. But it's like, they're art. You know, I mean, it's art. There's a lot of history behind it. There's so many stories to be told. And it's like, you know, like this shoe right here. I mean, this is Jordan 1. Mm-hmm. This is not not to get super nerdy, not an official colorway. They actually don't make a shoe that looks like but close. But this is a bullshit gift.
Sorry, they're not officially licensed gear.
No, it's great. It's great. That's even better. That way nobody can be like, "Oh, that's bullshit." I'm like, "No, these are one of one." So the Jordan 1, when it came out in 1985, actually it's very interesting, the whole history behind that, because it's like, at the time in the 80s, the NBA had very strict rules about what footwear athletes could wear, and they had to be white. You had to wear white shoes. You could not have black shoes. And when Jordan was a rookie in 84, 85, and Nike signed him right out of college, with the stipulation that he would have his own shoe. He wanted his own shoe.
So they had to be white, couldn't be black? Well,
no, that's the whole thing, is the NBA said they had to be white.
It sounds like
and Jordan and Nike were like, we don't want to do that. We want to do something different, because they were trying to, you know, change the game, which they really did. So the legend goes, the Jordan 1, the very first colorway was black and red, what they call bread, because black plus red, bread. That's what anytime you see a black and red shoe as a Nike, it's a bread colorway. That's what they call it. So he made the Jordan 1 in black and red, so the story goes, and then he wore them, and then he got issued a cease and desist from the NBA saying, we're going to fine you every time you wear this shoe. So Nike picked up on this and basically started the whole banned campaign, which was Jordan. They put black boxes over the shoes in the commercial, like, you know, he can't wear them, but that doesn't mean you can't, like, kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
But in actuality, what happened was, when Jordan was first signed to Nike, they didn't have the Jordan 1 like ready to go. He was wearing what they call the Nike Air Ship. Right, that was the original shoe. Was the Nike Air Ship in black and red.
Looked a lot like that.
Yeah, and the Nike Air Ship is the one that the NBA was like, no, you can't wear that. Right, so it's like, it wasn't even the Jordan 1. It's just Nike, the geniuses they are with the marketing machine, just started churning that the Jordan 1 was the one that got banned, when it was actually the Nike Air Ship. And Nike, Jordan, and the NBA basically sat down, and very shortly after that, they lifted the rule that you could only wear white shoes. But they still had a rule that the shoe color had to be consistent with your uniform, right? Okay. So it wasn't until actually like few years down the road when he was allowed to wear like different colorways, you know. But there was still like, there's a lot of them that he didn't wear on court, even in the OG Jordans or whatever. But when I was a kid, I got my first pair of Jordans. I got a Jordan 4, a military blue Air Jordan 4 in 1989. When I was 11 years old, my mom bought them for me. And it was the only pair of Jordans my parents ever bought me, because they were like, fuck you. Those are expensive. We're not buying you any more of those. And I was like, because, you know, as a kid, I beat the shit out of them. And that's still my favorite Jordan of all time, is the military blue Jordan 4. And I just made a promise to myself when I was 11 years old. I was like, when I'm old,
I'm going to have 70 pairs.
When I have money, I'm going to buy all the fucking shoes I want. And I got money, and I was like, yeah.
You showed them.
Let me buy all these shoes, baby. So, yeah, man. Now you
have slippers.
I do have slippers. This is the only pair of slippers I have. I have over 450 pairs of shoes.
So, is Jordan your favorite basketball player? Or
no.
Who's your favorite?
Dominique Wilkins.
Interesting pick.
I'm a Hawks fan, man. Through ever since I was a kid.
So Trae Young, then.
I love Trae Young. Yeah. I love Trae Young, but it's one of those things. The whole Trae Young thing is very weird, because we gave up Luka.
Oh yeah.
For Trae Young.
Well,
so I mean, it's like, don't get me wrong. I mean, Trae Young's fantastic, but it's also, we gave up.
Culturally, though, I think it was the right pick.
Culturally, 100% it's the right pick. But if you're gonna pick a basketball player, you're not gonna fucking pick Trae Young over Luka.
No, I get it. Nick's mad that we took Jaren Jackson fourth and we're not even involved in it.
Why did we get let go?
Yeah. It's just, but yeah, I'm a Hawks fan. I love Jordan. Don't get me wrong, but it's also, I'm really I love the argument about like, is Jordan the greatest player of all time? Because it's like I do think he is, but I think it's a lot closer than a lot of people give credit to.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar gets shit on.
He does. Everybody always forgets about him. Well, the thing is, he played in an era that wasn't very sexy. You know what I mean? It's like Jordan started the basically like kind of making basketball sexy. You know what I mean? It's like it just.
I think Larry Bird actually was the one that started making it sexy.
I don't mean physically sexy. I mean the concept. The hick from French Lick, yeah. I'd fuck that guy. Yeah.
But yeah, Larry Magic.
But you'd kiss him, it tastes like Bud Heavy.
You know what I love about Bird is like back then it was like nobody knew he was the biggest shit talker in the NBA. Like he just
the stories are legendary.
Mad shit to people, which I love. Just imagine Larry Bird being like, "You piece of shit."
Did you watch Winning Time?
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, it's also. Did you watch The Last Dance?
Yes.
In The Last Dance, when Bird came out to Jordan, was like, "Fuck you, bitch."
Yeah.
I was like, I love Larry Bird. This is amazing. It's just so good, man. I love shoes, but it's not. It started with Jordan for me, but it really once I really got into the shoe culture, it just branched off into so many different kinds of shoes. So it's like I do love Nike. That's really like at my heart. The center of my heart is Nike, but at the same time, like I fucking love New Balance. I love Asics, Saucony. It's like all the shoe brands, they have good shoes. And
how many pairs of shoes do you think you have in total?
I haven't done a recount recently, but over 450. Over 450 pairs.
Didn't you say you had like a storage room?
I do have a storage. Yeah. You'd be 450 pairs of shoes is a lot. You'd be surprised how much space.
What's the best way to store that many shoes? Do you have carousels or something?
No, honestly, a lot of them stay in their boxes. Because
that's a sneakerhead move.
I have. It takes up more space, but it's like the box. If you're a sneakerhead, you have the box. Anybody who buys shoes like I don't keep the box. You're either mega rich and you don't give a shit, or you're not a sneakerhead. You know what I mean? It's like sneakerheads keep the boxes, because if you ever need to resell it or do anything else, it's like the box is.
Oh, even if you have
tantamount.
I saw one the other day. It was like box without lid, and it wasn't as highly priced.
No. There's on the selling. First off, in StockX, you can't sell it with a busted box or no box. And on GOAT, they ask you actually the condition of the box, and if the condition of the box is busted, then your price has to be lower. So it's like people.
That's the rules of the street.
Yeah, but you can also sell them no box, but again, they're cheaper than with a box. So yeah, having to store all those boxes, but basically I just have stacks and stacks and stacks of. I'll show you pictures later. I have stacks and stacks of boxes, but I also have so many shoes now. The same thing where they don't really have any value anymore. I just like to wear them, so it's like I've taken the empty boxes and put them in storage along with all the boxes that couldn't fit with everything else, and then I just have shoe racks. So it's a combination of shoe racks and stacks of boxes, and then I fucked up and I got my wife into sneakers, and now she's probably got like 40 pair or something like that. So
no, that's nothing.
It's not, because the thing is like at first she thinks it's kind of, she thought it was silly for the longest time, but then she kind of paid attention a little bit and knew I could make money on it and things like that. Because I do sell a lot of shoes, but I'm basically like a drug dealer. I just sell shoes to buy more shoes.
I want like a cartoon of you as Scrooge McDuck diving into a pool of sneakers.
Me too. And with my wife, it was just I started to see cool pairs just for her, and I'd get her a pair, and she'd be like, "Oh, I like those," and get her another pair. I like those, and then all of a sudden she's sending me texts with pictures of shoes. I'm like, "You bitch!
Oh no, what have I done?"
So exactly, I just created a monster, but I don't mind because it's like I try to keep my wife fresh.
No, you have more in common to talk about.
Oh.
So there's a story behind this, and I will
what a
say,
beautiful tube.
Yeah, I know you love.
You know I love tubes, dude. You know I love tubes.
Cylinders.
How'd you know I love tubes, bro?
So you might want to go the other side. I can't remember which side, but so I've always admired your ability. I feel like you're very eloquent and a good storyteller, and I saw you post this about this. and thought it was just a very beautiful story.
Oh shit! It's Bream sliding into home.
Yeah. And that
oh my god, that is amazing.
That
dude.
whole story was just such a powerful and touching story.
Yeah.
I remember reading what you wrote about that, and then it just brought a tear to my eye. I called my dad.
God,
I mean,
dude.
it was just
man.
It was a very powerful thing, and so I just wanted.
This is awesome. This is really amazing. Thank you so much.
Oh,
I mean,
no
this is so it's 1992, NLCS, Braves, Pirates. 10 out of 20. That's a limited print. That's fucking rad, dude. You know, I collect prints too.
Oh, I did not know that.
I do. So yeah,
he might be reselling that soon.
What are you fucking stalking me? Yeah, 1992 NLCS Game 7, Braves Pirates. Atlanta's down. I think it was 2-1. I think it was 2-1 if I'm not mistaken on the score. Francisco Cabrera pinch hitting. Hits that fucking single, old ass Sid Bream on broken legs, fucking rounds third. Fucking Barry Bonds can't throw him out from short porch. So bad. And it was just like, that was the Destiny team. I still can't believe they lost to the Twins in the fucking World Series. I still can't believe it.
Is that why I started taking steroids, you think?
Honestly, yes. Dude, if we were to watch that right now, when you see it, the ball, Francisco Cabrera, basically, he hits a decent single. Shortstop, they're shading him to the first base side. He just hits it through the gap, a second and third. Not a scorcher, just fucking hits it through. And Bonds is already playing in because it's basically hit over the head. They're like, fuck it. So it's like, we'll just play in to try to get the out. They're trying to stop the tying run from scoring. And he pokes it to fucking Bonds. And Bonds is right there. Put it this way. That haunted him. He definitely started using steroids after that because it should have been an easy throw. You have fucking like four at the time. It was like late 30s, I think. Sid Bream, somewhere around in there, mid to late 30s. Fucking wearing a knee brace, busted fucking legs. Just
the replay. It looks like there's no way this guy's making
no fucking
it.
way. And he did, and it was just like, oh my god, I can't believe it. And the Braves won, and it was just like my family. Huge Braves fans, and it was just like we freaked out, man. It was like we'd seen the Braves had been shit for so long. If you remember, even Dale Murphy was my first favorite baseball player ever when I was a kid, and back then it was like Dale Murphy was great, but the Braves were fucking terrible. They were just cellar dwellers forever. And then in 1991, they finished last in the division, and then in '92 they won the fucking pennant. So it was like amazing.
Angels and outfield stuff.
Yeah. Well, it was good management. Bobby Cox is was an amazing manager. John Sherholtz is an amazing GM, and the Braves still to this day have one of the best fucking farm systems. So that was all homegrown talent, especially the pitching staff. Back then, Glavine, Avery, Smoltz. This is before they added Maddox. Maddox was the missing piece when they won the World Series in '95. But yeah, we went out in the street and banged pots and pans. My neighbor was screaming, "Braves win! Braves win!" People were like, "Shut the fuck up!" We're like, "Fuck you, Braves win!" It was amazing. And then the World Series goes to 7. Jack Morris was the fucking MVP of the World Series. Fuck Jack Morris. But that was they had the whole issue with Kent Herbeck played first for the Twins, and he fucking pulled. I think it was Ron Gant. Pulled Ron Gant off the bag and fucking tagged him. It's the most gangster shit. Today with replay, back in 1992, no fucking replay. We saw the replay 1,000 times on TV, clearly seeing fat bitch Kent Herbeck fucking yanking him off the bag and then touching him, and the umpire's like, he's out. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Today they would never stand. Never stand. And that was a huge turning point. And then then the Jays fucking raped him. Then the Yankees got him. It was like, what the fuck, man? And then finally the fucking Indians in '95, we got him and won that. So it was like we saw them win in '95, and then they won the division so many.
Like 10, 12 straight
12 years,
yeah.
I think, in a row. All these division titles and just couldn't get over the hump. And me and my dad were never like my mom was like the matriarch of the family, and my dad and I were never really. He was great dad, but like we just weren't super close. And after my mom died in 2006, it was like, of course, trying to find a better relationship with my dad. And it was like our huge connecting factor was just sports, because it was like I just grew up and he was my dad, so I just rooted for whoever he rooted for. Yeah. And it was like it just stuck, and it was like our main connecting point. And then my dad died in April of 21. And one of the last conversations I had with my dad, he was like, watch out for the Braves this year. If a couple things go their way, they could do it this year. And I was like, oh yeah. And then he died like a week later. And sure enough, they fucking won the World Series, and I was like, "Holy shit, man!" I mean, I bawled. It was such a moment because it was like one of the last things we talked about, and he was like, and it was just felt so special because it was just like, I mean, they had to do it right after he.
It's like he called his shot.
He called it, and then it happened, and it was just like a very special moment. So it was like I felt compelled to just kind of get it out there. So yeah, I told that story on Facebook, and like a lot of people, same thing. Were like, it got me very emotional. I called my dad and everything like that because it was like, I think that with men, I just think so much. It's like sports is that connective thing that really. It's the weather and fucking sports. Dude.
What else are you going to talk about to someone that's like 40 years age difference, 30 years age
difference?
Well,
I mean, I didn't want to talk about anything else because that was a nightmare. I don't want to get into that.
Exactly. Well, there you go.
Anything else was just like, God damn, it was like, terrible. But sports we could just always talk about, and it was so it was like it was really special. All the other teams we root for still suck. Braves, hey, great again this year, man. Hopefully, I'm hoping if they repeat, that'd be fucking sweet. But
no, I like to keep up with basketball, but most sports I only watch just because it's like I suck at small talk so bad, and it's just like, how's the Tide doing? And someone be like, whoa, glad you asked.
You watch Sports Center.
I know a lot about Alabama.
Man. I mean, here in the South, dude, you watch Sports Center. I mean, you can always strike up a conversation about whatever else.
Last gift.
Oh yeah, man. Oh.
To transition into Snatch.
You like dags? You like dags? Yeah, man.
Wait, what's a dag?
Mickey. A dog, baby.
A lot of people say this is one of Brad Pitt's best roles.
I agree. Well, you know what? It's such a weird. It was very unexpected to see him in this movie because I mean, in 2000, he was full on heartthrob, Brad Pitt.
It's like Meet Joe Black and
what a fucking terrible movie.
Yeah.
What an awful fucking movie. That was actually on the other night, and I watched some of it, and I forgot what a shitty movie it is, but I also forgot how fine Claire Forlani is.
Yeah.
God, she was hot.
That was like Green Street Hooligans era for her too.
Yeah,
man. You remember that girl on Green Street Hooligans?
Well, I think that one of the guys in this movie in Snatch is in there.
Is in Green Street Hooligans?
Maybe not.
Is Green Street Hooligans? That's Elijah Wood, right?
Yeah, it's Elijah Wood.
The soccer.
The
soccer
hooligans.
The fucking crazy people. But yeah, it was just such a shock to see the guy who was like a river runs through it. Legends of the Fall.
I love that this is like right off. We were in the street banging pots and pans. Like, soccer people, man, they're crazy.
They are crazy. Well, you know what? We're not killing people with pots and pans. Soccer people out here like let's just stampede people.
Oh, that was wild.
That was fucking 135 people died.
Yeah, so you're right.
Nuts, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it was such a pleasant surprise. But it's like Guy Ritchie. Not the death. Oh wow, that's what we call terrible timing.
Yeah,
that's what we call terrible timing. What a pleasant surprise! 135 dead. Indonesia, I apologize.
At least it's a sport I don't follow.
If anybody in Indonesia is watching this, I apologize very, very much for that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Indonesia now.
But oh man, it's like I fell in love with Guy Ritchie because I like Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Yeah,
which is such a great movie. And then like Snatch came out, and I mean still to this day, that's 22 years ago, it's still one of my absolute favorite movies of all time, just because that was like Guy Ritchie was so good back then, and it's like since then he's made great movies, but he's also like he's just not the same writer director that he once was, because I mean we're talking about the guy, and I know it's Hollywood, he makes money, it's everything, but it's the guy who made fucking Aladdin, you know what I mean? And like he made that Swept Away with Madonna when he was married to Madonna.
Wait, which Aladdin? The new Aladdin or the old Aladdin?
Wait, was it? It was Aladdin, wasn't it? Yeah, wasn't it? Wait, it's one of these Disney fuckers. No, it's the Will Smith one. If I'm not mistaken, it's the Will Smith one.
I know Guy Ritchie made that.
Yeah.
Weird.
Well, man, everybody got to get paid.
Madonna just took his life for his creativity or something.
The marrying Madonna was no good for Guy Ritchie.
He paid her $1 million.
They went on tour.
In this movie.
Yeah.
She went on tour with the Beastie Boys.
She did.
Or Beastie Boys opened for her.
They opened her like a Virgin tour.
They all hated him.
Yeah. Of course. What would you expect? Yeah, he did Aladdin. Hell yeah. But it's like he'd make a shitty movie, and then all of a sudden he'd make like something like Rock and Roller, which is fucking amazing. It's like his movie catalog is very strange.
It is.
Because there's some hits, there's some misses, and things like that. And I mean, he still every once in a while will drop. Like The Gentleman was a good.
I like that one.
I like The Gentleman. It was
that
good.
one though
McConaughey
feels
was
like
great.
that one. Lock, Stock, Two Barrels,
Yeah.
and Snatch. They all feel very like
They're
the same.
kind of
similar
all in the, they're all
players,
kind of in the
too.
same universe.
Just
Same
that
thing
British
with Rock and
gangster
Rolla. Like
crime world.
Rock and Rolla. I mean, if you go back and look at the cast of Rock and Rolla, it's Idris Elba, Gerard Butler, Tom Hardy. I mean, that's just three of the
three
people.
studs right
Tandy
there.
Newton, Tandy Newton. I mean, you have just so amazing casting. But Snatch in particular was like, I'd never seen a movie quite like it. You know, because like I think it's a perfect film. It's got action. It's fucking hilarious. The dialogue is amazing. You know, I mean, it's basically he was kind of the British Tarantino.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Like with the dialogue and everything like that. And Snatch was just so good. And it's like he cast some of the same people that were in Lock, Stock. So like Bricktop was in Lock, Stock. Jason Statham. And
it feels like a more refined version of
exactly.
Lock, Stock.
It was one. They were like, "This is really good. What if we gave you more money
and some star power?"
Exactly. And it was like, I think Brad Pitt actually did the movie for scale. So like he didn't like ask for much money.
Well, I know he really wanted to be in it.
Yeah, so I think he did it for that. They were like, "We can't afford you. Like this is our budget." He was like, "Fuck it, I'll do it for like SAG minimum." And they were like, "Sure." So they put him in, and I remember reading about it. He said, "I have to be not pretty, like don't." You know what I mean? I want to play.
Well, he failed
Tom.
still.
Well, that's the whole thing. But it's just like he was real. You know, I mean, he.
But
was,
he does
at the
look
same
really
time,
grimy.
He was grungy. He was grimy. You know what I mean? He didn't want to. You know.
Timestamp 2112. Do you know what that is? Brad Pitt taking his shirt off for the first time in the movie.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
I think he has that in his contract.
Yeah,
Oh, of course.
They were like,
of
we
course.
can't
I'll do
let
it for
go.
SAG minimum,
Well,
but
well, that's also
wearing the
that's-
minimum amount of clothing.
That's the fight against Gorgeous George. When they go to pick up the caravan.
Great names in this movie.
Gorgeous George.
they all have nicknames.
Yeah,
But
man.
they're all the nicknames are so good.
He's beating the shit out of him. He's like, "You should stay down now." And then that's when he peels his shirt off and goes, "You fight till the fight's done." And then he kisses the fucking crucifix and then knocks him the fuck out. Yeah. So great.
That was from Mother Mary.
yeah, man. So good, dude. But just seeing him in that was very surprising for the time. But when you go back, it's such a fucking great role. I think he even said like, "I want to like speak gibberish," like the pikey. You know what I mean? Like
he
talking
couldn't
pikey
do a
and everything
London
like
accent. Like he
Yeah.
was trying to do that like London thing, and he just couldn't do it. So they're like, "All right, let's just."
That's perfect.
Guy
man.
Ritchie
That's even
wrote the
better.
whole role for him though.
Yeah.
Like went back and added Mickey because
Yeah.
he just like wanted
Oh,
him to be in this movie.
So good. So
But
good. I
but
mean,
honestly, I don't know how the movie works without the role of Mickey.
honestly, it does seem like the linchpin for the whole thing because it's basically setting up the fight, him throwing the fight.
Yeah.
You know, the whole thing with Bricktop and all that shit. So it definitely seems like there wouldn't be a movie without him. And it's one of those things after you see it, you're like, no one else could do that but Brad Pitt. But it's like, I wonder, like, did they have somebody, you know, he wrote the role for him. So it was like, you know,
Tom
we'll
Hardy's
never
great at
know.
speaking gibberish.
Very
Yep.
true. Very true. But, you know, back in 2000,
Yeah, that's true.
there was no Tom Hardy. He wasn't, you know, who we know today.
Is Brad Pitt your favorite performance in this movie? Your favorite character?
Oh man, it definitely up there, but I would probably say Boris the Blade, Boris the Bullet Dodger, probably
Why do they call him that?
because he dodges bullets. Probably I'd have to say Vinnie Jones. Bullet Tooth Tony.
Yeah.
is probably the best because honestly, bringing back the Madonna connection, which is great. The scene where they introduce Vinnie Jones's character, I love it. First off, they're like, the twins are like, we can call Tony, and he's like, Doug, Diamond Doug is like, no, and Havy's like, who's this Tony person? And they start to tell the story about him. And he calls him, and it's the camera's inside the Jaguar, and you just see Vinnie Jones slamming the door over and over on somebody's head, and he's like so angry, and he reaches in, he grabs a car phone, he goes, "Bonjour," like that was just such a great. But then they're telling the story. He's like, "Why do they call him Bullet Tooth Tony?" And they tell the story, and every time they say they're gonna say Tony, it cuts to somebody the guy saying it, the Asian guy go Tony. He goes, they shot him 6 times in one sitting.
Yeah, that scene is
dude, it's so good because he gets shot and if you see him, he's walking towards him. He has a mullet, blood pouring out of his mouth, and he's got a samurai sword. He's like, "You're gonna get it now." It's just so wild. He's so great. There's so many good lines he has. Like when he's like, when Dennis Farina's like, "Open him up, Tony," about the dog. He's like, "Open him up." It's like, "Yeah, open the dog." He's like, "It's not a fucking tin of beans, is it?" There's just so many good. Oh man, so Vinnie Jones, I would probably say like that. Really, I mean, that kind of established him as an actor because like talk about soccer hooligans. He's an actual fucking soccer hooligan.
Yeah, I thought he was in Green Street Hooligans.
Yeah, I think he was.
He's in Euro Trip. He plays a soccer hooligan.
He's been in a ton of shit, but I think that was like one of his first major roles.
I believe it.
But it was like that. And plus, probably one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie he has when he's sitting after they get into the car wreck and Rosebud, Dennis Farina's bodyguard, he pulls out that big fucking knife.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just that happenstance. They pass and Tommy takes the fucking milk from Turkish, like he throws it out the window right on the Jag crash. You see him in the back, and the fucking knife is just impaled Rosebud in the back, and they both get out, and they just walk into a pub, and fucking to use the phone, and Tony just walks up, and you see the bartender go behind the bar, and he grabs the half pint that the bartender had poured him, because when he walked in, he goes, "Pint of the black stuff, governor." And he grabs the half pour and he looks down behind the bar. He's like, "What?" And looks left, looks right, and the guy, that they're standing right behind him with the ski masks and the guns, and he just acts like they're not there. And he walks over, he sits down at the table and faces them, and they're like, sticking him up.
Oh yeah,
and
that whole
they're
scene.
they're talking shit to him, and
that whole scene is a very Seinfeld moment.
Oh my
just
God,
with all the
it's
plots.
so good. It's so good. I mean, he's like, "These are your last words. Make them a prayer." And he's like, "Oh, you must be the dick. These are your 2 little mincy balls." But the way the camera, when he goes, because you've got the word replica down the side of your guns.
And I've got Desert Eagle down the side of mine.
0.5 up down the side of mine. And the fucking camera goes, dun, 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 on every letter of it. It's just like, it's too fucking good.
Oh, that scene is so great. But there's so many, I think in this movie, there's so many individual great stories and people telling great stories that really do, that whole moment, you're just captivated.
Oh, yeah.
And there's several.
That's the beauty of, like all the Guy Ritchie movies, the good ones, like the British crime ones, are all just the interweaving of, multiple plot points that they all coalesce at the end. They all meet somewhere. But you're seeing different stories. It's like, when you look at Dennis Farina's character, Javi, Tony, never meet Turkish and Tommy. They never run across them in the whole fucking movie, even though they're so connected. The milk on the fucking car, they're both kind of after this. They're trying the same thing. It's like you got the diamond, all that. Everything is just fucking connected in one way or another. And then I love the way the movie ends because it ends with Turkish and Tommy in Diamond Doug's office, which is who Javi came to for the diamond in the first place. And he's like, okay, and he makes a call, and I love
he takes the shot.
Yeah, Dennis Farina's last line of the movie is he's going through customs. He's like, "Do you have anything to declare?" He goes, "Yeah, don't go to England."
Yeah.
It's just so good. So it's like everything is just so.
But he's great.
Intertwined.
There's so many bit role characters like that that are you're just like, oh, I love this actor. Dennis Farina, just whoever.
Oh yeah,
you're just like, oh, these are great. I don't know. I just thought it's so well casted and so.
It's excellent. Like Dennis, he's perfect in that role, and the actor's name always escapes me, but the guy playing Boris the Blade is fucking amazing. So funny in that role. I love it when in that same scene with the Desert Eagle .50 when Vinnie Jones kills him, he shoots him. That he's so the Lenny and the Tyrone and the other guy's name escapes me, but the 3 black guys, they leave dejected because they couldn't get anything from Tony because they didn't have the real guns, and they run into the hallway and they just see Dennis Farina sitting there holding his fucking suitcase. They're like, give me the suitcase, because he doesn't know the guns are fake, and he's like,
shoot me,
fucking shoot me. And then Tony hears that, hears the commotion. He gets up, and then he fucking walks over and he's like, Harvey, pull your socks up.
Yeah,
and he drops down. They're like, what the fuck? And then
that's got to be slang, because there's all the. I mean, British, they just have so much slang.
Well, yeah, it's just. Well, I'm thinking literally like bend over and pull up your socks, like he wanted him to duck.
Oh, that makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Wanted him to duck, because right then Boris had come in the other fucking end with that machine gun, so he's stuck in the middle between the three black guys and fucking Boris with a machine gun, and he said, "Pull your socks up," and the four of them dropped.
They were
and
smart.
He shot Boris, but then when he came in that fucking hallway. He fucking shot him again.
That was like Will Ferrell, Austin Powers.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
It really was.
He's like, for fuck's sake.
I'm still okay.
The world is beginning to smell very bad of almonds.
Oh my God. It was, just so fucking good.
So I really like this movie.
Yeah.
I don't love it, but I really like it. I try to show it to my parents. I think one of the weaknesses is just how just jam-packed it is with so much. Like, you have to be it's a good thing for multiple rewatches, but even you explain all the characters, you feel like you need like a Venn diagram of like how all the characters relate to one another. It's so much is happening.
You do need to rewatch it.
Like, I tried to watch with my parents, and even before you picked this movie, like a few months ago, I was just like, oh, they'll love the dialogue. We're a big dialogue family, so like if it's good dialogue, they'll listen, and they enjoyed it. My dad likes Jason Statham too, so he was on board, but he fell asleep. And then woke up during the car crash, and he was like,
no idea what's going on.
He fell asleep for like 10 minutes, and so much happens. He was like, so what happened? And I felt so dumb trying to explain it. It's like, well, these people, he's a henchman for another guy. You didn't know he was introduced, and a dog ate a diamond, and we don't have to watch this anymore.
Right? It's definitely. It's fun. I remember I've watched it with my wife a couple times. It's one of those things, like every once in a while I'll be like, I really want to watch this, and my wife might watch it with me, and she's like, you got to turn the subtitles on, because she has no. But the thing is like I think the first couple times it's like, especially like Mickey,
definitely Brad Pitt's lines.
You don't necessarily know what he's saying, but then you watch it a couple times, and then like I know every word he's saying. Like I can hear it now. It's just like you kind of have to pick up on the rhythm and everything that he's saying, but it's like a lot of it is just really hard to understand the first time.
He sounds more Cajun to me. Like
it doesn't even make sense.
Dogs.
Like the accent almost doesn't make sense whatsoever. But it's like that's one of the biggest payoffs of the movie is the ending when he find out he bet on the bike. He always bets on himself.
Oh yeah.
But then it's like the way they wiped out everybody at the they just killed everybody.
I love that line. He's like, I thought he took his mother being killed
pretty lightly.
It's a little lightly. Yeah. It's just it was so good.
So this is a hot take my dad has, but I think it's worth discussing. About 10 years ago, not like nowadays, but he always thought Jason Statham would make a great James Bond.
I don't think he would.
What do you,
I feel like both
what do you
of y'all,
think?
you said it and you heard it, and y'all both went.
I think it's an interesting idea.
I think it's interesting. The only problem is
one, because I've never heard his name ever mentioned in the James Bond.
Because it's insane. It's nuts.
Boy, the name's Bond.
Well,
James Bond.
even if he get, that's the whole thing is like
yeah.
He's just kind of got that Cockney thing going on. It's not really, because you need a smooth British accent for that. He might be able to pull one off. Who fucking knows? But at the same time, it's like you've seen him in so much. I don't want the guy who was in Cranked and Cranked 2 to be James Bond. Do you know? It's just like I honestly I think Tom Hardy would make
transporter.
Yeah. Tom Hardy would make a decent one, I think. But honestly, somebody said it, and I kind of like the idea because he's young. Tom Holland, I think, would make it really good.
Boo! Get out of here, dude. I'm about to kick you out right now.
You don't think so?
Are you kidding me?
No.
I'd make a better James Bond than that guy.
No, man.
Are you kidding me?
That's the whole thing. Is like
new movie, Uncharted, was so bad.
I didn't think it was that bad.
Oh man,
I didn't think. I actually like him because I think he's.
But he's like. The whole airplane thing when he's jumping from.
Yeah, well, it's based on a video game. Come on, what do you expect?
Okay, yeah.
The thing is with Bond, it's like before Daniel Craig, the whole history of Bond, the guy's not really a fighter. You know what I mean? It's more of a gadget.
He's a smart guy.
Smart guy. I mean, Q and everything goes into making James Bond. It wasn't until Daniel Craig that it like that's his Bond series, which it got serious. You know what I mean? It was really serious because even in the Pierce Brosnan ones, it was fucking silly as shit.
Oh
like,
yeah,
all the shit with Pierce Brosnan was like
he was windsurfing,
that classic Bond
and
silliness
and stuff. Yeah,
and then everybody loved it. Like Casino Royale, still, in my opinion, probably the best of all of the Daniel Craig Bond movies, even though the other ones are good. Quantum of Solace is the worst.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. Casino Royale is fucking fantastic, and then Skyfall and No Time to Die are both really good too. But Casino Royale is the best, and it was just because they introduced. Daniel Craig is still very smooth, but very rough. You know what I mean? It's like that. It was genius to have the whole scene of how he became a 000, how he had to kill that guy in the bathroom. You know, because nobody ever talked before about how you became a 00 agent, that you had to murder somebody. You know what I mean? It was always just like, no, I'm just a slick spy, and it was like, no, this is fucking like MI6, like dirty work. You know, it's like bringing it. Basically, it was the aftermath of Bourne. Bourne came out, and everybody was like,
Dark Knight.
I don't want pussy spies anymore.
Yeah.
I want my fucking spies and shit to be insane. You know what I mean? It's like Bourne knows all the martial arts, and he's a master spy, and he has everything else. He has everything.
Would have been the perfect time for Jason Statham to step in.
All right? And it's just like, and now I just think, where do you go? You know, it's like, because the thing is, I've heard Barbara Broccoli, which she's the producer, she's the owner of James Bond. Like the Broccoli family with MGM own James Bond. So she's still around. She still is the boss when it comes to Bond. And she said they want to go young. That's what they're thinking. They want to go young. That because like Daniel Craig came in, he was already in his 40s.
Yeah.
So it's like they want a younger Bond, which I can't, because it's now like, what other story do you have to tell? So it's like you just need to go back to the beginning again, but even younger. You know what I mean? Like maybe, I don't know, I could see a prequel movie, kind of a prequel where it's like shows him how he's recruited into the 00 program
like
and everything
Kingsman
like that.
almost.
Kinda, but not comic
Kingsman.
booky.
Yeah.
Not comic booky. Like more like real, like grounded real life. I think Idris Elba would be great if they want to go in that direction. I think it is time for maybe like something a little different. That's why I like Tom Holland. He's just young, and he's not huge, but like he, like it kind of plays into like what Bond I think is like more supposed to be, which is debonair, suave, smart.
That's pussy Bond, dude. Tom Holland is so pussy-fied. Like,
well, it's funny. So it's funny that we're talking about this because this kind of all has a little bit of a loose Snatch.
Give me a bald Bond. I want Jason
Statham.
Statham.
There's kind of a 6 degrees of separation there with Daniel Craig and Snatch, is because the producer of Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. So the producer of Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels and Snatch was Matthew Vaughn. And Matthew Vaughn wrote and directed Layer Cake, starring Daniel Craig. And also, Matthew Vaughn is the director of Kingsman. Yeah. So, it's kind of a little... So, Matthew Vaughn is the one that kind of... Layer Cake is kind of what... Daniel Craig was already a good actor, but, like, Layer Cake's what kind of shot him up.
That was his Bond audition.
Well, it was his Bond audition. Layer Cake is what got him Bond. And if you watch Layer Cake, he's a piece of shit drug dealer that just has a really bad couple of days.
My favorite.
But it's a good movie. But yeah, that's that was that kind of with Bond. And then it was like Daniel Craig is like the first thing anybody thinks about is like, again, you're coming off Pierce Brosnan, who was not a shirt off type Bond. Very slight.
He popped it off a few times.
A couple of times. But then Daniel Craig's fucking walking out of the water fucking looking yoked.
Yeah.
People are like, oh shit, we've never seen a Bond look like this before. You know what I mean? It was like, it was groundbreaking. I love the Bond movies, but they've already basically said it's going to be quite a few years before we see another one. Huh. So I think they said as earliest it could be like 2026 or something like that before we see another Bond. So I think it's going to be a lot of talk about who's going to be the next one. But I think right now this is something you can bet on in Vegas. So in Vegas right now, I think Tom Hardy is like plus 400 or something that to be Bond. But the other guy, and I can't remember how to say his name, but the dude that was on fucking Bridgerton, Jean, fucking whatever. It's like, did you watch the Gray Man on Netflix?
No.
The Chris Evans and Ryan Reynolds, Ryan Gosling. I do recommend it. It's a really good action flick. He's the bad guy in it.
I don't believe it. You think Tom fucking Holland should be?
I didn't say he should
James
be.
Bond. Are you kidding me?
I don't think he should be. I'm
no
just saying,
snarl, no toughness
I'm
with
just
that guy.
Well, yeah, give him a
I
chance.
want my Bond to be on the edge, you know.
See,
I want to
man,
be drunk,
I know,
slapping women. Come on.
Oh my God. Dude, I grew
Let's
up
go
on,
back to 1960s. What they need to do is go back in time.
to Sean Connery.
Give me, but give me old, just one-off Bonds. I don't need a whole series. Even in the Daniel Craig one, my biggest problem is he's young. Then Skyfall, he's already like, ooh, he's past his prime. He's old. It's like, what? That was like his first mission. Yeah. He had 2 missions because the second movie, Quantum of Solace, falls right after the events.
Yeah.
Then he's old. It's like, how does this make any sense?
I don't know, man.
Well,
being
it's
in
the
your 30s,
same thing.
I kind of get it.
Right. It was the same thing. They tried to serialize, have the connectivity when before it was like the only thing in Bond that would carry over is you would have a villain come back. But it was never part of a continuing story. It was like each movie was kind of
the Connery one has the same organization and stuff like that. They have that connective tissue.
Exactly. But if you look at the plot, everything they were trying to achieve was different. You know what I mean? It was in the Connery movies, even though it was the same enemy. It was like everything was like a new plot
and all that stuff. Yeah.
Everything was a new plot. They had a new plot to take over the world. You know what I mean? It's like everything it was in that little universe, but it was like the stories were different. It would never. The Connery movies never looked back at the previous movies. Besides the enemy,
it connected the whole organization and
with
stuff
the organization. That's what I'm talking about. But there was no in all the Daniel Craig Bond movies. He was crushed because of all the women he's lost.
Yeah, well,
things like that. So
I don't need to know that though.
That's what I'm talking about. By the connectivity, I mean all the personal shit with Bond was very Daniel Craig. Before it was the same enemy and shit like that. It's like that's fine, but this was like his personal journey was
you're
Daniel Craig
right.
movies. Everything else, it connected, but it wasn't like Sean Connery was fucking cold as shit. It didn't matter the women, none of that mattered. It was just the mission. And it was like with Daniel Craig, he's like, man, I'm heartbroken, bro.
Did you know Sean Connery was almost in this movie?
I did not.
Yeah, Matthew Vaughn, they showed him Lock, Stock, and Barrel and Two Smoking Guns. Yeah. And they were like, this is what we're going to show you. As he watched the movie, he was like, that was a good movie, but you can't afford me.
That makes sense.
What role was
Bricktop?
You know what, though? It wouldn't be the same because
it wouldn't be the same. You're right.
But the actor, the actor's name escapes me, but the guy who plays Bricktop, of course, was the bartender in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrel. So that's a carryover. And I mean that is just so good in that role of Bricktop. And again, talk about the lines, like so. Oh man, when his main henchman Harold, he's like, Harold, would you fetch us some tea? And he's like, you want sugar? He's like, no, thanks, Harold. I'm sweet enough.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's got some great ones.
These little lines.
His whole "feed him to the pigs" monologue.
Yeah, it's so good.
That's
Do you
great.
know what nemesis means? It's so many good lines.
I'll cut off your Jacob. See, that was like...
Oh, dude, I'll cut your fucking Jacob. You stop me again whilst I'm walking, I'll cut your fucking Jacob.
So what happened? Does he actually, cut him? Because the guy...
He has a knife, yeah.
The guy, you hear it, and the guy holds up blood.
Looks like he cuts him, near his nuts.
Little prison shank.
And then he fucking pulls a hand.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely I was sitting there like, dude, does he have a testicle hanging further down? Oh, that would be tough.
That'd be very brutal to see.
I wouldn't say he improvised it, but he said that, and Guy Ritchie, whoever, was like, that's going in the movie.
Yeah. I think I remember reading there was it was a lot of it was scripted, but there was a little room for improvisation and things like that. But
oh no, he didn't come up with it. That's right. It was originally they had Brad Walsh told the Telegraph that he was originally cast as Bricktop and came up with the line, and then Guy Ritchie fired him and because Walsh used to host Wheel of Fortune. And he was like, that's just too soft. People found out that Bricktop was, Wheel of Fortune host.
Wheel of Fortune. That's funny.
You can't have Pat Sajak's ass running this mob.
The whole talking about Jason Statham, it's like Guy Ritchie's put him in several. He had Lock, Stock, you had Snatch, then he was in Revolver. Yeah. The Chess, the weird kind of that one not so great, but Statham was in that. And then the last guy.
I'll let my dad know.
There's one other one. The latest one that escapes me. with Statham, and it's like he plays a crime boss, and his son gets murdered or kidnapped or something like that, and he's out for revenge or something like that. It's a very typical like kind of British gangster type thing, of course, with Guy Ritchie and Jason Statham. So it's like that's like 4 or 5 movies they made together. So I guess Statham, you could say, is Guy Ritchie's muse. a little bit.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm trying to think.
Oh shit.
That sounded like a gunshot.
Yeah, it sounds like there's some fixed boxing matches happening over there. Who do you think would win in a fight? Fight Club Brad Pitt versus Snatch Pitt versus Once Upon a Time in Hollywood Brad Pitt?
No Dog, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Well, Cliff,
Pitt,
he has the dog.
Oof.
But Mickey, he's good with dogs, so I think.
Oh man.
Yeah. I mean, I'll let you go ahead.
Coursing.
I'm putting out the information though.
I would, man. I gotta go Mickey, because it's like one of my when Turkish is talking about him when they first introduce him, and he says, he's a pikey bare knuckle boxing champion, which means he's tougher than a coffin or harder than a coffin nail. And I'm like, it's all stuck in my head. So it's just like, and the beating he takes at the end, and then which I love that scene where it's basically like he's underwater. It's like that intersplice with him just getting fucking pummeled, and it's like he's drifting deep, drifting deeper and deeper, and then you see him swim to the top, and then that fucking uppercut. It's just like I'll take Mickey, but I will say probably my favorite of those 3 characters would be Cliff from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and that scene at the end when he basically beats that girl to death.
Those hippies.
Almost. I laugh every time. I don't know why it makes me laugh hysterically, because it's like I know it's Tarantino and it's like ultra. That movie's ultra violent. I remember I saw it. And somebody was like, "What's it like?" And I was like, "It's a typical Tarantino movie." And then at the end, it's just super violent, like very, because in that whole scene. The dog, him beating that girl, fucking Leonardo DiCaprio, fucking lighting him up with a flamethrower. It's like,
he
it's
tortures
just like
him.
It's 10 minutes of fucking carnage.
DiCaprio talking about the afterwards is so funny. He's like, hell, I lit her ass up.
It's just so insane, and I just love that. I love the fact that basically like he's tripping.
Yeah,
he had the fucking cigarette dipped in
Away
acid.
we go.
He's fucking tripping, and then all that happens.
Are you real? I'm as real as a donut.
That and the girl who basically has the knife and is just covered in blood, screaming the entire time. Was just he hit her in the head with a can. Woof! It was just oh god, it was so good. I mean, he deserved the Oscar for that. I think. Like,
I did too.
It was fucking.
And then he came in here saying something like, "Oh yeah, he's the devil."
Yeah.
Some devil shit.
So ridiculous. I actually, Brad Pitt is the kind of guy like. There's a couple people I put in this class. It's like I tried to hate Brad Pitt. Do you know what I mean?
When?
Like when he first, like Thelma and Louise, River Runs Through It, Legends of the Fall,
Jennifer Aniston,
Super Pretty Boy, you know what I mean? It was like, yeah. And then it was like he started to take really cool roles like Snatch and like other movies that were just really good. And it was like, oh, well, he's just not one of these like heartthrob actors. Like I actually enjoy his work. So I was like, God damn it, I don't want to like that guy. And it was like the same thing. And I don't know if you love him or hate him, but it was like for a while, it was like when he was in NSYNC, I hated Justin Timberlake, but then his solo shit, I'm like, this is bangers, man. I
so
fucking
cool.
love it. And he seems like such a cool guy. So I was like, I can't hate him either. So I was like, it's just that category of like, it's not fair that you have it all. You know what I mean? Like it's like you're talented, you're that good looking, and all that shit. It's just like fuck you, man. But at the same time, it's like if you want to have a beer with him, I'd be like fuck yeah, I want to hang out with that guy.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
I don't want to hang out with Justin Timberlake, but Brad Pitt, I think is super cool.
You know what?
I would hang out with
That's fine. Y'all can have that opinion. I just don't think he's that cool.
I would hang out with Justin Timberlake. I would want him to bring his wife very much.
Okay, so you want to hang out with?
I'm a big fan of Jessica Biel.
Yeah, man, Summer Catch was great.
Oh, that was on recently, and I was like, I forgot how hot
she's so.
She's
hot,
still
man.
hot as shit.
Oh yeah.
But that era of Jessica Biel was fucking top notch.
She like left Seventh Heaven, and you're like the wheels are off.
Very
no rules apply.
Very
anymore.
very attractive. And it was like that. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. She was like at the pinnacle, like so good looking. But yeah, I'm trying to think like when you
Adam Sandler's worse. He was at her best. That's not even his worst either. Sadly.
It is not his worst by far. Jack and Jill for sure.
It might even be in his middle. Like
Jack and Jill is by far the absolute worst. And then the
Did you watch it?
Jack and Jill?
Yeah,
one time.
Yeah, I can't even. I can't even.
What kills me with Adam Sandler, like the beginning, it's not even the beginning of the end. The beginning that he was starting to slip, he was so like all the movies were killing it, and then Little Nicky. And here's the thing, Little Nicky, the movie, the script, very funny. The supporting actors, very funny. What kills me is he showed up on set and was like, you know what I'm thinking for my character? I think my character will talk like this the whole movie. And then nobody was like, Adam, that is not a good idea. Nobody somebody maybe told him, he was like, fuck you, I'm Adam Sandler, I can do no wrong. Or everybody was just like, yes, Adam, what a great idea. When you look at that movie, him looking and acting like that served no purpose.
You could be talking about 5 different Adam
or
Sandler
the movie.
Yeah. You could be talking about Little Nicky. There's a lot of
Little Nicky is, I think, the most egregious. You know what I mean? It's like you did not have to do any of that. You could have just been
it would have been way funnier.
Normal, goofy Adam Sandler self, and the movie would have been just as better than that bullshit. And
I don't think that Popeye's chicken line would have landed.
Popeyes? Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino makes a guest appearance in that.
He does. And then what's the one with you don't mess with the Zohan. Oof. Funny parts, but again, terrible character. Did not need to be done. And then that's
like jacked Adam Sandler.
I don't know. I really like the dilemma he has about whether his bush should be bigger or larger.
What's the
real character
really
content?
What's the one with Andy Samberg where Andy Samberg plays his son? Is it Daddy
That's My Boy?
That's My Boy.
Yeah.
That some funny parts again, but again, that one. Why the fuck is Vanilla Ice there?
Yeah, my favorite.
Vanilla Ice is his best friend. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's like, yeah, and the movies he's made with Netflix. First off, I proudly can say I've never seen a Grown Ups, any of them.
Shaq's in one of those. That's why
never
I said
seen Grown Ups 1, 2, or 3. I can't even believe I'm having to say there's a 2 and a 3, but I've never seen Grown Ups.
Didn't know there's a third.
There is a third.
I'm excited.
And
know what I'm doing when I get home tonight.
And then the whole Netflix deal, the Western one, the 6.
Oh, the Ridiculous 6. Yeah.
No.
QB Halloweens.
Not, you know what? Just call it a fucking kids movie.
Yeah,
because that's what it was.
Yeah,
as a kids movie, at least I can be like, you know what? You made a kids movie. That's great.
What's the most recent one that he did, the basketball one though?
I haven't watched.
That one's good. Hustle.
Okay,
Hustle.
So
it's a little cheesy, but for an Adam Sandler movie, it's incredible.
Of course,
should be nominated for an Oscar.
Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
Was Uncut Gems?
Yeah.
Was great.
Stressed me out.
Very dude. That movie gave me anxiety like a motherfucker.
I can't believe he.
But Good Time, the Safdie brothers, like who made that? Like, have you ever seen Good Time?
Yeah.
Which again,
same
ratchets up the whole fucking thing the whole time. So it's like Uncut Gems was fantastic. I still, if I think of Adam Sandler, I very fondly think of Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, even Mr. Deeds and things like that. Like his early on, it was just like, man, we're just be goofy. Just be goofy and have fun, you know. And it was like, I think that really showed in Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, because they're just, nobody can watch those movies and not be like, I'm smiling. It makes you smile. They're stupid as fuck. They're stupid as fuck, but they're funny. Yeah, so it's like, I just think he more of that. I think he got a little bit too far out there. Plus, I really admire the fact that he was like, if I'm famous, my friends are famous.
Yeah.
He pulled everybody up with him, but there still has to be a cutoff line.
Oh, yeah. I respect that.
You have to chop down. Sometimes you're like, okay, I can't take everybody.
Please take us with you.
I can't take. You can be, how about you're just my manager? We're not going to put you on screen.
Yeah. All right, Rob. Okay, never mind. You get a spot.
I love that Solar Opposites joke when they were like listed all of like, Rob Schneider was in Deuce Bigalow. He was in The Animal. Boy, they really gave him a lot of swings at the plate.
Oh, man. So apparently I read they're making The Animal 2.
No.
Yeah, a movie no one asked for.
Yeah. Rob Schneider?
Rob Schneider asked for it.
Absolutely no one asked for it.
Rob Schneider did.
Rob Schneider has kids who can turn into animals.
Yes. Actually, you know what? I think you just wrote the movie.
Yeah.
Rob Schneider's an asshole. Yeah, I can 100% say that.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, I met him. He's a dick. He's a huge dick.
I should have had more fucking lines. Always better than Sandler.
Again, personal experience.
Yeah.
And I've also heard this from other people. I've talked to people who run comedy clubs that worked with him, say he's a fucking dick. So seems fairly consistent. And then here over the last couple of years, if you've paid attention to him, he is like he's super conspiracy theory, right wing, kind of crazy.
He has a new show on Netflix, or a show on Netflix that I just found out about recently, and it came on like autoplayed. Yeah. It's so bad.
Yeah, he is. He's a follow him on Twitter or something like that, and you'll be like, oh my god, like he's saying some wackadoo shit. He's saying some really fucking crazy shit. He's got a lot of typical COVID conspiracy theories and fucking. He was big on the.
Keep that up, and we'll have a talk show. You never know.
Very, very soon, actually. Yeah, I heard he's going to take Tucker Carlson. Tucker and Rob.
That would be crazy.
Rob and Tucker.
I might tune in at least for an episode.
Oh, I would watch Rob and Tucker.
Yeah, Rob and Tuck, man.
Just for the comedic value of just watching them be batshit crazy. Which I don't know if it's aired yet. Fucking Tucker Carlson's interviewing Kanye West.
What?
Yeah, and so if you saw the Kanye thing with the White Lives Matter t-shirt, did you see that?
No.
So Kanye recently at a fashion show came out with, I think he had a date. I don't know if the woman was famous or not, but he had a woman with him. Mm-hmm. They were both wearing shirts that said White Lives Matter. And of course people got upset.
No, you can't. You can't say that stuff.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, they got upset. Well, that's and he in true Kanye fashion was just like, fuck y'all. Yeah, basically. And I mean, it's kind of sad but very interesting at the same time that you can watch him have a mental break on Instagram and Twitter, like live. It's insane. Because like he recently today he was posting screenshots of texts he was having with Puff Daddy or P Diddy or whatever the fuck he's calling himself now.
Yeah.
But in Kanye's phone it just says Puff, and he's like asking him like, "Hey man, let's meet. We need to talk. Let's talk." And Kanye's like, "Fuck you," and like talking shit to him and everything like that. And it's just like, he posts several screenshots, and in one of the screenshots he texted Puff Daddy and was like, "I'm going to post on Instagram everything you send me. I just want you to know that." And he just was posting every text, and it was just like him. Puff Daddy was like, "Please, can we stop with these internet games? Can we just talk like man to man? Like stop." Kanye's like, "I'm never stopping." It's just like you're like, Jesus Christ.
It's no longer fun to keep up with Kanye.
It's not. It's actually exhausting.
Like I was making fun of him like 5 years ago. Then like 3 years ago, it was like,
here's the thing,
something's wrong with him.
Even back then, make fun of him, but you couldn't like. It was very hard to dispute that his music was still great. Yeah, that's the whole thing. I
thought Donda was awful.
As a whole, I don't care for it all. There's some bangers on there though. But I would say like all the way up through Life of Pablo, like his entire catalog's bangers. Like it's unbelievable. I
like that young
the
Kanye.
Jesus is King, that album, and Donda are like good songs on both, but it's just like it's not his previous work. But that's also, you can kind of tell like the mental decline. You know what I mean? Like he's obviously he has issues. Everybody knows he has issues. He's very publicly said that he's bipolar and manic depressive and like all this shit. And he's like, he'll literally just be like, "Yeah, I'm not taking my meds anymore." And people are like, "Oh, cool." Like nobody's gonna fucking do it.
I'm gonna retweet this.
Nobody's gonna fucking do anything about this.
Silver linings Kanye over here.
Kind of deal. But it's like, and now it's like, now did you ever imagine you'd say the sentence like, "Oh man, I got to tune into Tucker Carlson and I catch this Kanye West interview"? It's like, what the fuck what is happening? It's all over a White Lives Matter shirt, and it's like, now I just want to hear his reasoning. Why? Because it's like people asked him, and he was just don't White Lives Matter? And people are like, well, fuck, man. I mean, what are we supposed to say here, bro?